Guys, this one is a wild one. Tyler Robinson's legal team has just asked judge to remove the death penalty from consideration. Now, this happened earlier today. This is the 13th. Um, this happened earlier today, right? At least from when I'm seeing this. So the judge, or yes, the Tyler Robinson's legal team has asked to the death penalty to be taken out of consideration due to that there was no other threats. Other threats, I would say, because the defense attorneys challenged that claim, saying that there was no potential zone of danger for anybody else, the target of the assassination was taken out. That they want to say because he hit the target was shit. There was no other immediate danger going on. When in actuality, that's false because we have a crowd of people. They could be stampeding each other. There is still a threat of danger that is looming over the entire event. So the death penalty being taken out, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's not going to. I think it will stay in consideration, most because they really don't have anything to go against it. Right now, that being said, it's a wild one. It's one that we're still gonna have to keep on looking over, but this is from Online American News Network. In a major legal hearing in 4th District Court, attorneys representing the accused killer of Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson, have asked Judge Tony Groff Jr. to remove the death penalty from consideration in a capital murder case stemming from the September 2025 fatal shooting. The 23-year-old defendant faces charges of aggravated murder, witness tampering, and other offenses following the fatal shooting at Utah Valley University, where Kirk was horrifically murdered in front of a crowd of thousands. Capital punishment in Utah requires prosecutors to prove specific statutory aggravating factors, and the defense contends that the state's evidence presented during a week-long preliminary hearing falls short of that evidentiary threshold. The central legal dispute now hinges on whether the assailants knowingly endangered surrounding spectators during the rooftop attack. Prosecutors have highlighted that thousands of attendees were within a potential zone of danger, making the offense an aggravated murder eligible for the death penalty. However, in a 41-page brief, defense attorneys challenged that claim, arguing that the trajectory evidence demonstrates the single bullet traveled above the crowd and hit only the intended target, without threatening anyone else. Without proof that others were placed at substantial risk of death, the defense argues the charge cannot legally be classified as a capital offense under Utah law. Now, I will say this. The immediate he took out the immediate threat and that there was no substantial risk of death is false. People were running over. The risk of death was still there. People could have stampeded over other people. We don't know how any of this would have gotten out. But look, there's so much to go on, so much to kind of just wrap around this, but I don't believe that a death penalty will be taken out. I don't believe that will happen. I believe he could potentially get the death penalty. Potentially. Now, for me personally, I am pro death penalty when it is certain for a fact that yes, the person who committed the crime should be sentenced to death. That's my take on it. Tyler Robinson should be sentenced to death or life in prison, whichever one. That's my take. That's my take on it 100%. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with everybody that you know. Peace.